Congratulations, you're having a baby. Where you live and how you live will have new meaning and higher importance. Real estate agent Linda Kraft is here to share the top 6 reasons babies cause families to want to move. 6? Had no idea there were so many.
Well, there's probably more than that, actually.
Okay.
We don't have enough time to cover them all.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times when people are buying a home, they can't think about what's my life going to look like 3 to 5 years from now. And they get excited. They see something on the internet. They go look at it, you know, and the next thing you know, they're in a house that's going to cost them a lot of money because that baby's come and their life has really changed.
It certainly does change everything. Okay, so let's talk about your top 6 reasons, starting with our home is too small.
Oh, you know how much a child is going to need. They're going to have cribs and play sets, and so you just need more space. You need more space for maybe another room, place for the toys, and you may need a place for grandma and grandpa because they're going to want to come visit a lot.
Right.
An extra bedroom.
Okay. Our floor plan is not right for the children.
You know, when you bought your home and you had that first floor master, it was really made sense. And even as good as the baby monitors are today, all it takes is one sleepless night of a child that's sick where you're going up and down a flight of steps. I've had so many people say that when my child gets sick, I get so tired of going up and down, I just sleep on the floor next to the crib. So they're ready for a new house.
Gotcha. All right, the next one. Our house was right and now it's totally wrong.
So you bought a lifestyle home. You know, you got that sexy condo downtown Raleigh or that townhome where all that maintenance is taken care of, and all of a sudden you realize, I'm going to need a yard for a play set. Maybe you bought a home, but it was on the golf course or it was on the water, and now you're worried about safety. So having the right home if you're planning a family is so important.
Okay, the next one. Our neighborhood is not kid-friendly.
And what we mean by that is sometimes we choose a home that has a really large lot. We love our trees, we love our privacy. And all of a sudden, you have a child that's looking outside, hoping that there's some children to play with, and all they see is trees. Or you've got a little one, little bitty feet, little bitty legs, Hot Wheel. They're not going to go out by themselves to find children to play with.
Right.
So you're calling, you're driving, the next thing you know, you're going to wish you were in one of those new neighborhoods with the little bitty lots and the swimming
and with
pool.
Sidewalks.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, education, that's really important when you have a child.
It is, and you know, when you're not thinking about children and you're buying a home, you don't really care what the school district is, but all of a sudden, the older that child gets, you know, from baby to crawling, the schools really become important. And because we want to give our children the very best, and we know that education is important to their future.
Exactly, and finally, commute time.
When you're buying a home, all you think about is, I live here and I drive here to work. Now you have a child, so you're thinking about daycare, then school and school activities, and if they get sick, who's going to leave work to come home? It changes everything because you're doing this. Boy, nobody likes to get up early and drive to work, and now you're getting up even earlier because you've got a few more stops along the way.
You and your team really work with your clients to educate them to think about all these things before they buy, right?
We really do. We want to have a buyer consultation where we can sit down with everyone and say, how long do you plan to be in the home? Are you going to have a family? Let's really think about that floor plan and where you want to live. We don't want someone to call us a year after they bought a home and want to sell it. We want to make money on their investment, and in order to do that, they need to stay for a few years, and ideally, let them buy a home that they stay in forever.
Exactly. Linda, this is great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To learn more about buying the right home, visit lindakraft.com/baby or call Linda Kraft and Team Realtors for a free consultation. They've helped more than 6,000 families, and when you buy a home with Linda Kraft and Team, you get to use their moving vans for free to move all those toys.